Hey guys, so for this video I'll be showing my collection for B2B or Born to Beat. They are one of my favorite boy groups. I've been following them since they debuted, so I've been lucky enough to have or buy their albums as they release them since they first started. And yeah, so they are also very lucky when it comes to me collecting their things, because whenever they make a comeback I have some money and I'm able to buy their releases when I have that extra money. Alright, so let's get started. So the first thing that I have is their first album, Born to Beat. And this one is, there's two versions of this. This one's more of like a single album because it only has 2 songs, which kind of pisses me off, but there's another edition of this, but I don't know if I'll ever get it, but I think it includes Lips, which is like their second single. And but it has Insane, which is the song that got me into B2B instantly, and they were just overshadowed by EXO and BAP at the time, and then VIX later caught onto got attention, and B2B was just left behind along with New East. Those are like the most memorable debuts during that time. And this has kind of like a magnetic thing, and I'll show you guys. I don't have the disc right now because I always put them, I store them somewhere else so I can listen to them, and I can just put this on my shelf. And then this one is Press Play, which is probably my favorite mini album by them. If there's any mini album I think you guys should check out if you're not a Melody, is Press Play. It has Wow as the title track, which is by far their most popular song until they really broke out. And every single track in here is really good. And it has some interesting packaging because when you open it, there's a fold out and there's a photo book here. I really like this this packaging for B2B. Yep, so why is this one? Okay, I'll fix that later. And then they had another comeback with Thriller, their third mini album, and this one is the release that I really forget about. When it comes to B2B, I don't remember it at all. It just wasn't memorable. But this is Thriller. It's a good song. And then they tried something with Brave Brothers with Beep Beep or Tweet Tweet Bang Bang. And this has a really thick photo book as well. They were trying everything, every single sound to see if it caught on, but didn't do much. But this was a good mini album as well. And then one of their worst packaging, what is this one called? Move. And I think the title track for this, I forgot what the title track for this. But it was a decent song. But as you can see, this is actually made, I don't know what this material is called, but it's just kind of like paper, so you open it like this, but it's very fragile, so I try not to open it at all because I just don't want it to get ruined, because it has the certification sticker. But this is Move. And then we move on to more of their ballads now. This is their 6th mini album, and it's their holiday kind of special release, The Winter's Tale. And this has one of my favorite songs from them, like in terms of title tracks. And the packaging is just adorable. You get like a postcard here. You get a photo card, a photo book. Here's the disc, very Christmas-like. And the cutest thing ever, which is this. And this was very nice ballad that they had, and it actually did better than a lot of the previous title tracks in Korea, so I think that's where they started to get caught on that maybe ballads are for B2B. And then here we have their mini album, their, let's see, 7th mini album, I Mean. They released this right after the first full-length album, which I'll later show. And they definitely just changed to like a ballads as title tracks, and they did quite well. So this packaging, it's kind of like very cardboard. It's made of cardboard. The disc is right here, and I got Peniel. And they kind of just had this concept for a long time. Like after this, like it just seemed the same. So as you can see, they kept it up with this. They did it again with this one, but I don't like this packaging because it's so difficult to put back together. And then for this one, they had another ballad song, Remember That. And the mini album is called Remember That. Yeah, so this was a good little mini album. But then this was when I was just a bit tired of them just releasing ballads, because I do like the mix that they can release ballads and pop songs or dance songs. But now they were just doing ballads as title tracks, and I was a bit, underwhelmed. But I mean, they were doing really well with the ballads, so I can understand why they just started promoting ballads as entirely. And then finally they heard my prayers, and they released an amazing mini album and title track when they came back with their let's see, what number is that? 9th mini album. They're like the kings of the mini albums. But they did everything perfectly, except for the packaging. I really hate this packaging. It can get really dirty, and just like, as you can see, this just doesn't, it's difficult to store. It can get damaged pretty easily. But yeah, Newman was a really good release. I also got their 10th mini album Movie. Well, the one, I don't know if it's called Movie, but it has a title track, Movie. I'll include that in another haul, but for right now, I'm trying to make videos to get just to get every collection video over with. But when I do an updated collection for B2B, I'll include that album in whatever they release, which I think they'll come back again this year. So that's Newman, and now let's move on to another Korean thing. So this is their only full-length album complete, and I really love this packaging because it's their first full-length album, and they really went all in this. It has like individual photo books, photo cards. It's just perfectly executed. It's extremely heavy. But yeah, this is how you make a first full-length album. Kpop did them right with this. But yeah, I'm actually really worried whenever their contracts are up, if they're going to have the same situation that Beast had. So who knows how that's going to go. But they're kind of like the main focus on Kpop at the moment, because Pentagon hasn't really taken off. And B2B has actually been gaining more popularity with every single release. So I'm really proud that, they gained that momentum that was missing in like the first 3 or 4 years of their careers. Because they just were always overshadowed. They always came back on the wrong time when other groups, really popular groups, were promoting. They're finally getting their own shine or their own spotlight, because, Sungjae has been getting a lot of popularity with dramas, and everybody else is like doing their own thing. Alright, and then for Japanese stuff, I actually might get their more things, which will probably update it in another collection video for B2B. But what I have so far is 2 of their singles, My Girl, and I don't remember what this is called because I don't speak Japanese. But these are like the special editions of their singles, and the reason why I actually started collecting their singles is because the special editions come with a lot of songs. I usually don't collect singles from even groups that are like my ultimate groups, like for example like Shiny. I don't have any singles from them, or but I just don't like collecting singles because I would want to collect every single that they would release, but it's extremely expensive, and you know they're really poorly made, and they usually just have either one or two songs. But for B2B, they actually have a lot of songs compared to a lot of other groups. Like this one has 4 songs, and they're 4 quality songs, and you know it comes with the DVD. Let's see what else, and you know a decent photo book size. So, and I like how they're just structured. So that's this single, and for this single, it's the same packaging. And they do come with photo cards. I actually got Sunjust photo cards for these, but I, have it stored somewhere else. I think I might have it on my photo card collection video. I'm not a photo card collector, so I actually don't care if I buy albums without photo cards. Other than that, I might get like the other 2 singles and wait a little bit longer for the full-length album, because the full-length album is very expensive. And yeah, so I think that they're definitely worth buying, because the songs are pretty catchy. Other than that, that's so just to make an overall kind of I guess plan for collecting B2B is get some of the singles, but top priority is just follow their Korean discography. I'm just waiting for a movie to arrive, and hopefully I'll just make an unboxing of it when it finally comes to my house. Other than that, if you're curious or you want another or specific video for B2B, you can always comment down below, or if you have any other questions. Or I do know that they are actually difficult to collect for Japanese things, because like their label, they don't. I know some Japanese sites don't sell their albums, so they're quite difficult to get. And yeah, if you're curious about any other group that I collect, you can just look at my channel. Everything's titled with a collection on the title. Everything's titled with the word collection. So if you're curious about other groups or solo artists that I collect, just browse through my channel and you'll see. Yeah, other than that, let's see. Yeah, I'm just really glad that they finally, gained some popularity, and I like the mix that have got, that they have in their discography. Like they don't only do dance music, but they, have some ballads, so that's a good mix. Here and there, so like whenever it's winter, they can release some ballads, and then when it's summer, they can release some dance tracks. And I really enjoyed Movie. At first I wasn't feeling it, but then I love it now. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.